Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you. I think just like everybody else out there, when I saw that commercial last night on Monday Night Raw for the WWE Network, I think everybody's pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped myself. I am a subscriber to AT&T Uverse. That's my cable company that I have right now. Um, I'm hoping that they will be picking it up in 2012. More than likely, if I have to change companies, it's going to be a little bit risky, but I think I want to be there for the launch of the network, and really try to help WB out. So if I have to switch to Dish Network, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I'm honestly, with them giving away the NFL ticket this year, thinking that it wouldn't be that bad to have to switch over there if I had to, but I really don't want to. But I think it's gonna be really really cool that they're gonna be putting hopefully wrestling on for 24 hours a day. I'm sure that a little bit of the content's gonna have to be some other stuff. Hopefully there will be the movies and things like that. It'll be on there. Hopefully there's some original programming on there. They'll continue the Legends roundtables and put more of those on there. Hopefully since it's a 24-hour thing where they got to fill certain blocks of TV. Hopefully we can get more than those than the number than they're doing right now. I think that's probably the best thing that they're doing on the 24/7. I used to be a subscriber to the 24/7 stuff until I got my large DVD collection really built up about maybe a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. I dumped it. For the one reason that is that I kept on paying $8 a month, and I felt like I was only watching one or two shows. Each they put blocks up. Some shows are up for a week, some shows are up for 2 weeks, some shows are up for the whole month, and I just wasn't finding stuff that I didn't have or that I wanted to watch, and I just felt like I was throwing $8 away each month down the tubes. But when I first got it, I used to like watch the hell out of it, and I used to record everything on DVD. So then it just built up to the point where I just didn't need it anymore. But I think it's really cool that they put stuff on there. Some more original programming that I hope that's on there. Hopefully, if they dream up some shows, let's do like some like old school wrestlers, like real world reality style shows. That would be awesome. That would beat the hell out of anything Jersey Shore's putting on TV. But all in all, I think it's gonna be good. It's a good place to have your WWE stuff, your WWF stuff, WCW stuff, ECW stuff. I don't know if they own Smoky Mountain or not, but I mean all of the library that they own. I mean now they'll have a real place to really really display it, and I think that they have enough stuff in the library that they're going to show that it's going to be a long time before we get reruns of anything. I think this is a big step in making the WWE bigger, more mainstream. Like I said, it's gonna matter. I'm really, really doubting this is gonna be a basic cable channel. You're at least gonna have to buy some sort of sports package or, some sort of, something. It's gonna be on the higher end stuff. Hopefully, you can pick it up for a couple dollars a month, and you don't have to buy some big super deluxe gold platinum package, through your cable stuff. But I'm really looking forward to it. If it's a couple dollars, I'm gonna jump on it. If I have to pay more than 10 to more, probably 10 to 15. Then I'm really gonna have to really think about it. But $10 easy for the amount of stuff they're gonna put on there. It's gonna be well worth it. And I think everybody's pumped. I don't think there's anybody out there that could hate this idea. Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you. Last night I made a video about the WB Network, and from your guys' comments, it got me thinking about thinking more about the deal about what's it gonna be. More than likely, I think this is gonna have to be an HBO, Showtime, Cinemax sort of deal. I think it's gonna be something that you're gonna have to throw down $10 to $12 a month. It's gonna have to be some sort of subscription plan that you're gonna have to sign up for because that's the way I want it, and I think that's the best way it's gonna have to be. If you make a network like FX, if you make a network like Spike or something like that, where you're just gonna have to show um, wrestling and other things 24 hours a day. You got to think about where your ad revenue is going to come from. You have to plug in commercials 15 to 20 minutes on the hour. That's the rule of thumb. When you watch a show like 24, you watch a show like CSI, it's a 45-minute show on a 1 hour block. Their time is filled with commercials that they sell. Um, that's gonna be a little hard when you go to show pay-per-views. Yeah, when you show taped Raws and SmackDowns, Nitros, things like that. They already have the commercial stuff in there, so you know that the show's gonna last 2 hours. You just plug in the commercials where the breaks are on the tape, and that's not that hard. But you're gonna have to create, commercial breaks when you show things like Royal Rumbles, SummerSlams, WrestleManias. You're gonna have to stretch a 3-hour show out, and it's more than likely gonna be almost 4 hours with commercials now. Either that, or you're gonna have to go in and you're gonna have to edit out um, intros, or you're gonna have to edit out, backstage segments, interviews, so on and so forth. And that's gonna make people go batshit crazy about this. And I think this is a really cool idea, but I think you got to keep things at their original state. So that means us, the consumer, the people that are going to be viewing this, we're going to be the ones to throw down. I would love to throw down $10 to $12 a month. I think that'd be easy. I think that's about the going rate for what HBO costs these days. When you watch a show on HBO like Entourage, it's a 28-minute show on a 30-minute block. They don't show a commercial. They show like this is coming up next, or this is the movie of the week that's going to be on next Friday. They just plug their own network with that. That's what WB likes to do. When you watch shows on WB.com, and if you watch stuff on the 24/7, when they show a commercial break, they show something for the DVD that's coming out next month, or the pay-per-view that's coming out next month, so they could keep that sort of format going. And I think that's how they can make their money. I mean, when WB set up to have a network, it is a really cool idea that it is for the fans. For us that love to watch wrestling, we can watch wrestling whenever we want to. It's not going to be a pick what you want to watch thing like 24/7 was. But like Gold Dizzy said, when they did the 24/7, if you sat down on a weekend and you watched it, you could watch all that stuff, and then Monday through Friday, everything was a rerun that you wanted to watch, or everything that that was on there you've already seen. So you sort of lose that buzz about having wrestling whenever you want to. So I'm not really gonna care about they're picking what I'm watching at the time, but I just think it's a cool idea. Um, I just want this to work, and I don't want a whole lot of complaints about it. So I mean, if it's $10 to $12 a month, who's really gonna complain about that? Because if they do it that way, more than likely we're not gonna get any Pepsi, Doritos commercials or stuff like that. We're just gonna get the normal Randy Orton DVDs and stuff like that. And I think that'd be fun. I think this is a really good idea, and I want to be there from day one. I'm just hoping other people will jump on with me, because I think this is something that has been talked about for a lot of times, that people have been really really saying that they wanted. Now that it's here, I'm hoping people will put their money where their mouth is and jump up to the bar. Hey, what up, everybody? This is Steve Breach coming to you. It's been almost a full year since the failed launch of the WWE Network. And this week, there was a revived hope of this network ever seeing the light of day. DirecTV sent out questionnaires asking, to their subscribers, who out there actually is interested in picking this up, and how much would you actually pay for it? I remember back the first time that WWE ever aired a promo for the WWE Network coming soon. It was on Monday Night Raw, hidden in the middle of the show, and that was a huge announcement. They got everybody talking about this dream network that everybody has been dreaming of for years and years and years. Obviously, a lot of people have different thoughts about what it's going to be. I would just love for it to be sort of like what WWE 24/7 was. And I think is now. I honestly don't ever hear anybody talk about it anymore. I don't even know if it's still a thing you can get. But back in the day when I was single and I had Comcast, it was available to me. I paid $8 a month. I think I really, really got every dollar's worth out of that. I either watched every show or I recorded every show to put in my collection when it came out. It took a lot of time. The only down parts were that it was only updated once a week, and even though it was updated once a week, there wasn't new shows every week. Only some shows got switched out. Some shows would stay up for 2 weeks at a time. So even though it's called WWE 24/7, there was no real 24/7 to it. It was available 24/7, but there wasn't 24 hours of programming that you could watch 7 days a week. All I really need are you just to put up old shows, have a channel to flip on, and have some classic pay-per-view, or just have it available that you put something up that I don't have, that I can record and put on my DVR. or if I can hook up my DVD burner up to it and just be able to put on a DVD and watch some random time, and it's going to be worth that amount of money for it. About a year ago, I started looking at my bills and what I pay for it and everything like that, and started reevaluating my family's budget, and we cut out cable from our house. We had AT&T Uverse. With our internet, we were paying just a tad over $100 a month, and for what we were getting out of it, I just really honestly felt like we weren't getting $100 worth of television out of what we were paying for it, and it just seemed like a shitload of money. So basically what we did was, we already had Netflix at the time. We signed up for Hulu, and we just started really watching stuff off of there. The only downfalls is that not every channel sends things to it. Not every show that you watch goes to it. Off the top of my head, none of the shows on CBS are sent to Hulu, such as like How I Met Your Mother and Two Broke Girls. The shows on Mondays that me and my wife really like to watch. We have to find those on the internet and find a way to watch them, is a good way to put it. Wrestling wasn't put on there for a very long time, but they recently just assigned their deal with Hulu, which I'm sure most people out there know about, where the shows are put up a day after. Every show is put up on there, excluding Saturday Morning Slam, which I haven't been able to find on there, which is honestly my favorite show to watch, but it comes on when I take my lunch at work, so I'm most of the time able to watch it there if there's enough people in the break room that just don't give a care what's on TV, or if I'm just in a mood where I got to the break room first and I'm putting on what I want to watch, that is available to me. The only downfall is that live sports, I haven't really found a real consistent way to watch that on my television. I can, find it online when I need to watch it, and that's alright, but I honestly don't have the full enjoyment of watching live sports when I'm sitting at my desk in front of my computer or anything like that. I really like just being able to lounge back on the couch and really check that out, and I've really been playing with the thoughts of turning the cable back on to see what it's like, and to see if we can really find something that's available, that is at a cheaper price, that we can feel like we can get the money's worth. So with DirecTV coming to say that you can pay for your normal TV package, and then ask if we would want to pay, I believe they said from $12.95 to $30 a month in order to get this single channel that's going to include the pay-per-views. That is a that is a good thing to entice me to want to jump on board with DirecTV, because DirecTV is the only people that have it, much like they were the only people that offered the NFL Network for a good while, and then it finally jumped on to where you could get it with Comcast, but it was a premium channel. You had to order, much like WWE is going to be today. I believe when I had Comcast, I had to pay $10 a month to get a sports package that basically just was a whole bunch of crappy channels, and it also included the NFL Network, and that was how I had to get that, to have an NFL Network for a long time before NFL Network became the point of a TV channel that everybody really wanted, that it was a necessity that most cable companies added it to their basic channels because somebody else did it, and that way, people would go, because people would be going to AT&T and saying, hey, Comcast is offering this channel for free, so finally they, bid for it, and they did that. There's people out there that you can look at other models, such as like the NFL Sunday Ticket on DirecTV, which you're able to watch every game live. NHL has one. Baseball's got one. The baseball one is available for cable. I don't know how much that costs, but I would bet it's over $100 a year. What I buy for that, because I'm at work most of the time, is I buy this thing on my phone called MLB At Bat. I'm able to watch the games on radio, or I'm able to listen to the games on radio, and I find that to be very enjoyable, and I find it's a steal. It's only $10 for the whole season. It might be $15, but I would honestly pay $10 a month for that. But when it comes down to it, if I have to sign up for cable, which is going to cost me in the neighborhood of $100 for my bill, and then they want to ask me to pay $30 more to have this channel. I don't really think that it's worth it, and that's just me, because I'm at the point where I'm not really 100% sure if I want to pay that upfront fee just to have DirecTV service in order to get this one channel. So I don't know. Those are my real thoughts about what's going on. At this point right now, I honestly don't think we're ever going to see the WWE Network. It is a dream of mine that it really comes out, but I don't really know that who's going to pay for it. That this is going to be able to fly, and WWE's going to make money off of it. It just seems like they're putting a whole bunch of money into this, and the money that they're putting into it just seems like it keeps on just ballooning and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, to the point of they got to kill it before it sinks them. It's not XFL money, but still, trying to maintain and start and run a network that's not even producing you any money just doesn't seem like it's going on. And a lot of the stuff that they were producing, they're giving to YouTube, which was just basically for a flat fee of $1 million. So they're not really getting their money back off the YouTube deal as well. So we'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. But let me know what your thoughts are. I mean, are you just going to get it no matter what? I honestly, when I first saw that first promo, I was on board. I said, I'll take that. Just tell me where to sign up. I'll give you as much money as you want. But I don't know. Right now, doing a family budget, I'm just not really 100% sure that upfront fee is going to make me really want to jump on board to have it anymore. Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. Today, out of basically any of the headlines that jumped out from the wrestling world today, the one that really jumped out at me the most is the headline, WWE Network announcement coming soon, ? I guess WWE is finally pumping out the rumors that this network is actually really going to get off the ground. Every few months, we hear little nibbles here and there, but honestly, when it comes down to me, the WWE Network is nothing much more than some sort of like a JFK assassination film, or the film of Bigfoot. Like, people keep pumping it out there, and people keep on like saying little rumors and things about it, but honestly, I'm at the point now with the WWE Network that I'm going to have to actually really see it on my TV to actually believe it's going to be here. It's been too damn long. It's been past 2 years. It was back in 2011 when the WWE Network was actually coming together to the point where WWE actually made a commercial for it and actually put it on Monday Night Raw saying that it was coming soon. Soon after that, we saw things like in the news, like WWE was sending out surveys trying to see if you would pay extra in order to get the WWE Network. If it was added onto your cable, how much more would you be willing to pay before it was like, you know what, I love WWE, but it's too much to pay. With me, I came up with a number of $10. $10 is enough money in order to put it out there. From the way that I read the question on the comments, I can remember thinking that it sort of almost looked like WWE was trying to push itself into the sports bundle that is on a lot of cable things that you can add on. I already have that added onto mine in order to get like all the NFL networks and NBA TVs and things like that. So I might even get WWE thrown in to that and not even have to pay extra. Just keep paying what I am paying, which would be awesome. The $10 to $12, I don't know why. I draw the line at 10. I don't know how much more I can get with those $2 if I was to keep those a month, but just $12 just did not sound like a good number to me. After that, WWE started saying, what if we gave you pay-per-views and we just kept, like, the big four, all of this so-called, I guess you can say, like, in-your-house pay-per-views, the one that aren't the Royal Rumbles, the WrestleManias, the SummerSlams, and Survivor Series, the one that don't really make a ton of money. What if they were to give those to us for free? I said, fuck yeah. I mean, that's a steal. I mean, right now, if you want to order most of those pay-per-views, you're looking at throwing about $40 to $50 a month, and you're only asking us to give you $10 a month every month continuously. That's a deal. I mean, wow. I mean, if you're actually going to give us the real pay-per-views on Sunday nights, right when they, they air live, not like you're giving them to us like 2 days later. I don't want it to be like boxing, where like you can buy the pay-per-view on a Saturday night, and then if you wait a whole week, the next Saturday night on HBO they re-air the fight. I mean, like if you're going to pay, if you're going to have us pay for this network and put up, the pay-per-views and have it, to us live as they air, yes, that's a steal. That might earn the $12 a month that you might be asking for. They have a ton of stuff that they can put up there. They're always constantly using things. There's a thing in the news this week that they filmed one of the Mick Foley comedy shows, and they're going to make a Mick Foley comedy special. And Foley wasn't quite sure if this was being shot, for them to, use on the network, or if they were going to use this as something that they put up on Netflix for everyone to see that way, or if they were just going to put it up on the internet, on their site in order, to sort of put him over. Foley said that he used material that I guess you could say he was sort of retiring, so it isn't like you're seeing the show that you would pay money to go for and see in your town. He was just sort of using things that he was flushing out. So like if Foley's coming to your town, don't worry about watching the TV show, because you don't want to waste your money on the show. You won't be. But I think when it all went south for me was when they put the date up there. The date that this was going to launch was the date of WrestleMania 28. And, they were going to go live right after WrestleMania, and that was going to be the kickoff to the big deal. And then, WrestleMania 28 came and went, and nothing was there. And if you can remember, it got pushed back into September, and then by the time September came, you found out that WWE didn't even have any networks. Not Dish, not Comcast, not AT&T. Nobody had signed up to air this network ad. Basically, they were still at square one. All they had really released is a couple ideas of TV shows that they wanted to do. Of course, everybody knows about Legends House, the show that they filmed and is sitting on ice in some warehouse right now, waiting to be seen. Honestly, if you think about Legends House, that was probably filmed like 2 years ago, easily, and it's never seen the light of day anywhere. I don't know. Right now, the day that they're hoping for is February 24th, which would be the night of the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, which they could, use as like the kickoff to WrestleMania. Everybody can remember that they had, one of the shows that they were planning was going to be like a countdown special where they went over all the WrestleManias, and that's another show that's already been filmed. It's in the can. It's, just a WrestleMania rewind show. Honestly, if you want to put this network out, put this network out. You have enough footage. You have, everything from WWE, everything from WWF, WCW, ECW. You own, like, almost every United States, wrestling footage there is to have. The AWA, the World Class Championship Wrestling. About the only thing that you guys don't own is Memphis, because nobody really knows who owns the Memphis TV rights down there. There's so many countless things that they could do with this network in order to put it out there. And as long as I can, record certain shows that I need to record that I know that are never going to be on DVD, I'm going to be happy with anything that goes up on there. This could have been one of the best ideas of all times. But at this point, I think it's just, I don't know if WWE doesn't want to put all the money up that it costs in order to kick off this network, or if they're scared off by seeing, what's happened out there with the Oprah network and other networks that have launched lately, not doing the numbers that people thought they were going to do, or if just nobody takes WWE seriously enough to, to be able to run a 24-hour network, and they might fall asleep at the wheel or something like that. I'm not sure. I know that the on-demand WWE, whatever that's called, 24/7. I had that for a long, long time, and that was well worth the $7 a month that I paid for it through Comcast. I used it to the point of when I knew I just wasn't going to be able to watch stuff anymore. Now, since then, I buy a lot more DVDs, and I can keep myself sort of entertained with those ones. But that network is, or not network, but that sort of on-demand feature is still going strong. maybe they should just keep it looking in that direction and maybe just sort of popularize, what's going on with that. I don't even know if that's still offered. I just, see people tweet about watching it every once in a while. For some reason, it's not available on the cable company that I have. But I mean, like, if you were to put up stuff that I know that I wasn't going to be able to get anywhere else, the WWE Legends Roundtable discussions, those are uploaded onto YouTube in a while. I haven't seen a new one in a good little while, but I mean, when those were going strong, those were really, really good. I'm sure a lot of people have those in their wrestling collections. They released a whole bunch of the Legend sets. One of them was in the box set, and a few other ones were Best Buy exclusives, like the Hulk Hogan and Bob Backlund set. There's two guys on each one, and none of them really make sense that they're together. I think one's like Iron Sheik and Andre the Giant. But they've done 1,000 of those. If you have the NWO DVD that came out recently, they have one of those on the NWO. Recently, real good stuff. If the WWE Network ever gets off the ground, I'm sure that it will be a money-making success. There's plenty of wrestling fans in the world that want to watch more wrestling. I've said 1,000 times, the one reason why I really watch TNA is because there's no other wrestling on Thursday nights. I mean, that's why they're still going strong. And I think that's why they'll always go strong. Even though a lot of people don't like the product, they watch what's going on because, let's face it, if you're watching this, you love wrestling. And that's what we want to watch. So, I don't know. What's your thoughts on the WWE Network? Do you think this is actually ever going to come? Or are you like me, where you just think this is just a good idea that Vince has, but it's just never going to come to be? Peace out, everybody. Have fun. Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. I guess in January, they're actually going to be having a press conference to launch this WWE Network. The network that we've been waiting for probably 2 years plus now. I still remember the buzz. I still remember the feeling of watching Raw, and that commercial came on of the past, the present, the future, and now, and just combining everything and thinking that it was going to be a part of my sports package, and I just be able to sit down and watch it on TV. And I guess now the talk of the town is that it's going to be an online internet network. And this scares the crap out of me because I don't really... I know everybody likes to think about the XFL and how bad Vince McMahon and NBC failed on this, and we always, make fun of them about, how much money WCW lost in all of their days. But, when you really look at it on paper, Vince McMahon and the WWE lost more money in a 12-week span when the XFL did than WCW did in their worst year ever out there. And that sort of sucks. But, I just don't want to see wrestling go out there and be looked at as a failure by launching this network and nobody really jumping on board to do it. I've told you guys that, 1,000 times that with my my TV that I have AT&T Uverse, and I think over a year ago they dumped the West Coast feed of USA. Over a year and a half to 2 years ago, they dumped the West Coast feed to Spike. They don't want to have to pay the networks twice in order to have the thing on there. That was their reasoning for dumping them. They say they show you the one feed, and that should be enough for you. So instead of getting Monday Night Raw or TNA Impact live, I am watching it live on my coast, but I'm watching it on a 3-hour delay. Meaning I can't go online and tweet the show with you guys, or basically be interactive with any of the things on the WWE app or anything like that. It just honestly sucks. And if I can go onto a site like WMR, give them a nice little plug there for you, I can watch the show live, but I have to sit at my desk at my computer. And a lot of times when I'm doing things, I am sitting at my desk and I am, talking to my friends on Skype, or I'm balancing my checkbook, or I'm doing other things online. I'll watch things on my big, TV that's on the wall. That is what, I bought the TV for, was to watch TV on. I don't like being strapped down to my, desk where I have to have the window open where I'm looking at, wrestling while I'm sitting there doing nothing. I mean, that's borderline boring, and it sucks, and it's probably one of the reasons why I hate watching Monday Night Raw so much right now. And I just can't get into these 3-hour Raws, because if I want to watch it live, where I can be interactive and I can, you know, keep up with what's going on, you know, at the time frame of everybody else, it just sucks. And if this online network is just going to be a thing that I go online on, and I just have to probably, you know, WWE online 24/7 or some shit like that, I don't think it's going to work. I mean, like, if they were uploading, you know, matches, they're already doing the same thing that they're doing on YouTube right now. I don't think there's a chance in hell there's any way in the world I'm going to want to sit there and watch, you know, old prime times or anything like that, like where I have to sit at my desk for an hour and watch these matches. A lot of the things that were on primetime wrestling were great, and a lot of those matches were also, you know, jobber squash matches that there's no way in the world I'm going to keep my interest in 2013. If I was sitting on the couch, I could have my laptop in my hand and I could, you know, jot down on, you know, to something to go check out something on the internet, and I could do something like that. But, you know, if it's going to be online, it doesn't make any sense in the world. I'm hoping that there's some chance in hell that they could be like Netflix or like Hulu, and they can, you know, make it link up to like a PlayStation or a Xbox. I don't even have the up-to-date versions of those. I still have the PS3, and I have the Xbox 360, so I guess I'm behind the times on those. But if they could make it where I could download some sort of thing and I could watch it on my TV there, I'm down and I'm in. But I mean, without that, I think that this network is going to be a huge failure. I don't even know how you can really call it a network when it's just going to be an internet website. And I don't know, like, if you're going to be wanting to plan your day around when you have to sit down to watch the 1989 Royal Rumble show, and you have to be at your computer at a certain time. You know, maybe they'll make it where it's some sort of like a on-demand feature or something like that. But then I don't understand how they're going to work in these pay-per-views that they want to be giving us for free. But you know, it's all a part of seeing what happens, and we're moving forward into the future. And who sees what happens? Let me know. Peace out. Is it worth your $11? Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you today, and we got the unveiling of the new WWE Network. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to live stream this, and honestly, when it comes down to it, I'm not 100% sure if I would have live streamed this if I had the chance, but with the anticipation, with the feeling in the air that we were going to get the Hulkster out there, honestly, I might have sat down and watched this for a little bit. I really got really bored, and felt real tiresome when I streamed the WrestleMania announcement for New Orleans after, I believe it was Elimination Chamber last year. I don't know. It just seemed like them just filling a whole lot of time and a whole lot of speeches that just didn't really matter at the end of the day. Basically, what we learned about the WWE Network today is basically everything that we knew before. We found out that it's going to be in HD. You are going to be able to stream it through devices like a Roku device, an iPad, your iPhone. You can use your Xbox. You can use your PlayStation. It is going to be built in to where you can activate it through some smart TVs that come out along the way. But basically, to me, honestly, they promised a life-changing event. And honestly, like, I think the WWE Network is freaking awesome. I've been thinking this was going to happen for, honestly, 10 years now. I've been thinking this is going to happen. Why it's not on a normal cable company, I have no clue. But honestly, the one thing that is going to change my life, and that has me thinking about, is that, like, with how much wrestling I watch, and how, basically, I have cable to watch Monday Night Raw, main event. I watch some various sports along the way. I don't watch a whole lot of stuff that I need to watch live. Most of the time, I just record stuff off the DVR, and I watch the stuff off the bottom of the list to make sure I watch it before it gets deleted. Honestly, the one thing that I have on my mind is that this starts up at just about the right time, is that, you know, if this started today, I would probably keep cable until after the Olympics, and then I would probably dump them and just go to having no cable. I don't have a antenna to watch basic, normal TV around here. I didn't have an antenna through the last time the last time I didn't have cable. If you remember those that year of videos that I made. I'm just really looking forward to seeing, and the one thing that I'm missing off their list is if I know they're not going to be able to show Raw live. That's just, that they're going to be going out and they're going to be shopping, to see who wants to buy Raw and who wants to buy SmackDown, and that's probably going to end up back with USA and Sci-Fi. If not, maybe, SmackDown might end up on Spike TV, and that might kill TNA, and everybody knows all those rumors and everything like that. But I know that there is a company or a network that runs reruns of Raw, not USA. I'm not talking about Raw AM, which is like Sunday or Saturday morning at 2 a.m. or wherever it is when they rerun the 1 hour clip show of it. But I'm talking like I think it's on like a Universal HD or something like that. It's just a basic high definition channel. And all they do is they run Raw and then they run SmackDown after that. But I mean, like, if they can get it to, I can watch a rerun of Raw or SmackDown on Tuesday, that would just make my life perfect, because Raw and SmackDown can still go off live without a hitch, and basically through people who love to upload things onto YouTube, by the time you hear something really cool happen, because everybody knows I don't watch Raw live. I get off work, when it ends, I get home, and then I have to watch it off the DVR, and because I don't have the East Coast version of USA, I have to watch it on the I have to watch it like I'm watching it live. I can't even fast forward through the commercials. I think basically it's going to be really, really cool in the long run. The one thing that I'm really looking forward to watching is old primetime wrestling. Them giving us the pay-per-views is just beyond cool, and just it doesn't even make sense when you look at this. You have to buy this for $9.99 a month. You have to buy it in a 6-month block. So basically, you're looking at $60 for 6 months of, just entertainment. They're going to give us 15 hours of video on demand. Plus, they're going to be giving us live shows along the way to choose from. It's not going to be anything like what WWE 24/7 was, or Classics on Demand, whatever that used to be called. It's going to be, really, really, freaking awesome. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's my life-changing thing, is that honestly, like, am I going to keep cable? Am I going to dump cable? Them having NXT where I'm able to watch this on my television will probably make me want to do this. The same time that NXT started up on Hulu is when I got cable back and I dumped Hulu. If this was a choice to sit down and watch it, I probably would watch this. Superstars is something that I'm not really ever going to go out of my way to watch. Legends House, I've been looking forward to that show for 2 years. WWE Countdown is something that I can see myself watching, like when I'm basically sitting down, paying the bills, and I want to have something on the television, but I don't want something that I really have to pay attention to much, or something like, you're working, you hear something, so you just look up, and then you see it, and then you go back to what you're doing. WrestleMania Rewind is a show that might be kind of cool, but at the same time, how much stuff are we really going to get out of this? Because, I mean, like, we already had that WrestleMania documentary that came out a couple of years ago, and I mean, like, every single big moment of WrestleMania has basically been talked about and gone over. They had that awesome WrestleMania documentary about WrestleMania 19. I think we've heard just about every story there is along the way, so I'm not really looking forward to that. The Monday Night Wars from Raw and Nitro, they are what they are. Some people really get into that. If it's a good episode, I'll watch it, but I don't see myself really going out of my way to watch a 3-hour Nitro when I know that there's just one moment along the way that I really want to watch it. If they really want to make it that cool, they could try to make it where it's like split screen, where you see what's going on Raw and you see what's going on SmackDown, and you have some way where you can sort of match it up, where one screen goes dark during commercials, and so that way, like, you can pick picture in a picture which one you want to make bigger and which one you want to hear. So it'd be like the old days when you're watching it, and you see fucking Disco Inferno come out, so you're like, oh, well, let's go over to Raw, and then you watch Raw for a while, and then all of a sudden, Goldust comes out, so you flip back over, and yeah, I don't know, that to me, honestly, would make it a whole lot of fun, but, to me, honestly, $60 for WWE, I'm locked in, I'm good to go. I thought I was going to have to go out and get, like, DirecTV or something like that, and sign up for that stuff, and to me, honestly, this is probably something that's going to save me a lot of money in the long run. What do you guys think? Let me know. Peace out. Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you, and we're still on the day after. We're still feeling the big effects of the big announcement yesterday, which is the WWE Network. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about, as a person who loves to collect WWE DVDs, the effect this has on a DVD collector. A lot of people watch my channel, watch my videos to keep up to date with what's going on in the DVD community. A lot of my news comes from Wrestling DVD News. The guys work real hard over there. I really I was already into DVD collecting, but I took it to YouTube mostly because of my buddy Gemini, who you could be found at Gemini888 these days. But this video is going to be just sort of like a discussion video a little bit, going out to trying to just rattle the brains. I read a good article over at Wrestling DVD News about the upcoming effects that DVDs and Blu-rays in the wrestling community might feel from this, and I'm looking forward to see if maybe Gemini can make a video response to this, and then see what other guys out there might feel and might think. I know that there's no video response button down at the bottom, but if you do make a video or if you type it in the comments, I'm interested in seeing how you guys feel. I made it my goal a while ago that I wanted to own every WWE DVD, and I haven't got there. I'm probably, honestly, 20 away. There are a pesky few of them that are in the $10 range, and there are some in the $50 range and higher that I need to grab. Probably the rarest one I need to get is Raw Homecoming, and it's debatable if I still need to get it or not with me having the Raw 20th anniversary set. I would like to have the other one, but I'm not going to go out of my way to make sure that I get it. Vengeance, it would be one of my goals to get, I believe, 2001, the one that has the cover of Angle, Undertaker, and The Rock. Might be the rarest one that I need to have that I don't have in my collection, besides for a burned bootleg backstage sort of for my DVD trading days back in the day. But one of the ones that I'm really trying to get, that I actually want to watch as soon as I get, would be like Insurrection 2001. The pay-per-view from over there in the UK has an awesome card, and I haven't seen that show in a real long time, and I honestly didn't even know that DVD existed until just a little bit ago. But honestly, I still want to own DVDs, and I know that they said things at the launch yesterday, basically saying that everything from the WWE library would be available as of day one. I take those words with a little bit of different grain of salt than everybody else is saying. I think everybody thinks that we're going to buy the WWE Network and be able to log in, and then just fucking everything from that vault is going to be up. I think that's a whole lot of work, and I know that they've been working on this network for over, I guess you can say, 3 years, because they were probably working on it longer than they told us with the commercial. I've honestly heard that Vince's goal to make a WWE Network has probably been in the air since the Attitude Era, since way back in the day. That's always been one of the goals that's been on the table that's been able to go to. And I know this really changes the game, that you can grab your tablet or you can sit down on your couch and through things, you like Roku or your PlayStation or your Xbox or anything like that, will be able to, within a touch of a thing, you'd be able to watch it. But I mean, that's the way things have been going for the last few years with Netflix and Hulu. Basically, I'm already basically set a date. The day the Olympics end, I already know that I'm going to turn off my cable. And that might not be the last time that I own cable, but it's just not needed at this time. Everybody else in this house backs me up on my thoughts on, us just basically not needing it, being able to save on a bill. And by me turning Hulu back on, we're only paying what is it, $8, $9, instead of having to carry on a full-on, cable whole system. I think if they ever did let you just sort of set up a, pay as you go, or pay for what you want sort of thing, and I could turn on, I'd pay for the local channels through cable, just because I think it'd be easier, and get, an ESPN Fox Sports sort of package, because that's basically all that I'd really be looking for. I don't really watch music TV or anything like that anymore. Basically that's all that I really need. But DVD collecting for me, I still want to own DVDs. I still want to hold them. I still want to look at them. I think that one of the best things that I can go to is the best of the pay-per-view matches of 2013. I didn't even really want to own this. I bought this because I received a gift card, and I was just honestly blown away at the pictures that they put in there. I mean, the artwork that I guess I can't show you this because of the disc, but I mean, these two pictures were just freaking sweet. I can say that honestly, since WWE has switched from DVDs to Blu-rays, and you can debate if that's really where things are going, but I honestly think that within a matter of time, DVDs will be dead and Blu-ray will take over. I think that's just the way that everybody wants to go. You can put more things on them, and it's just better. I mean, why would you buy less when there's more? And I know people say that Blu-ray costs more than DVDs, but you're honestly getting more content because they're putting that bonus features stuff on there. Plus, if you kill off DVDs, Blu-rays become more widely available. Back in the day, DVDs were expensive, then Blu-rays become the things. Then people compete for prices, and the prices fall down. And it's just the way the world goes. WrestleMania 26, one of my favorite ones. Excuse all my ticket stubs that are in there, but I mean, like, you get this one little sleeve, you get the discs. Behind the discs is just a picture of the freaking stadium. I can see my hat on there. Oh no, that's the Atlanta one. I can see my hat on. I apologize. I know where I sat, though. I sat not in this picture. Is that farther away? I apologize for not looking at that before I wasted your time. But then there's the WrestleMania 26 DVD set. I've never even watched this. I bought this because of a YouTube video from my good buddy Jen and I. You pop this sucker open. It's got a king-size box. Just look at the picture on the inside with all the people there. Boom. And then you pull the DVD actually out of the freaking sleeve. That box is fucking awesome. And then you look at the artwork on the inside. This is why I bought this. I probably haven't even looked at this since I bought it, but I mean, just to have those pictures. Brett and Vince, I don't even like that match, but that picture is awesome. And I mean, like, I know I can go on the internet and I can look at pictures if I want to, but I held that, and I'm actually looking at it. I'm not looking at my computer screen. Honestly, to me, that feels a whole lot better. Now, this is my one argument why I still want them to make Blu-rays, why I still want them to make DVDs, would honestly be the CM Punk Best in the World. I think, honestly, by them saying that the entire video library will be put up, when you go to Netflix and, they have a movie up there, it's just the movie file. You don't get any bonus features. You don't get to flip on the director or the star's commentary that you would get with the DVD. You don't get any of the bonus features. And when you're talking about the CM Punk Best in the World, if you own the DVD set, I honestly feel sorry for you. Because if you go and you check out the Blu-ray exclusive, you can check out Luke Cara's review on this as well. You pull this open on the DVD and you look at the special features itself. This stuff blows the other stuff away. And I'm guessing, more than likely, when they put up the CM Punk documentary, the Best in the World set that you can watch, I'm betting they're just going to put up that documentary file. You're not going to get the matches that go with it. You're not going to get the special features that go with it. And I mean, he's got stories that he tells on here of all sorts of stuff. My most regrettable tattoo, chicken wings and apple pie,
Traveling with Ace, No Microphone, the ECW Arena match, Hanging with Eddie Guerrero. All of these are really, really good. I can remember there was one on there that, was really funny, and it was about him and Miz trying to get a hotel room. I'm pretty sure that was just a normal special feature. But then the one that's called WrestleMania Day, it's like a day in the life of him at WrestleMania 28. And then telling him he's going to get pyro, this, that, and the other. Just going through him getting his new trunks. That will change your life as a wrestling fan. It is just so cool. And I think those are the things that we're not going to get, that we're going to miss. You don't get to hold this in your hand and look at it. What the hell is that? I guess that's the day that I met CM Punk. I don't even really remember. SummerSlam Access, rain or shine. Well, whatever, it's in there. Forgot that moment. But, I just watched the other day the Hulk Still Rules. That's still sitting here, just being able to pull this out. This actually had some real cool pictures that I was looking at as I was watching. Right there. That's why I collect wrestling DVDs. That's why I still want them to make, we haven't seen Daniel Bryan. I heard that they're making a William Regal one that's just going to be on the show. If it's honestly a lot like a Football Life, I think that could be a good show. But honestly, I want to own that on DVD. I want to own that. I want to hold it. I want to do this, that, and the other. Kill off pay-per-views, I'm fine with that. I didn't really buy that much of them in the end, but shh, don't tell anybody else about that. But DVDs, I buy those. I want to have them. I want to say I have them. I want to watch them the day they come out. I don't want to watch it on my tablet. I hate watching wrestling on my computer. It's one of the reasons why I hate streaming Monday Night Raw live when it comes on in WMR. But that's what it is. Let me know your guys' thoughts.
Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you. Want to send a special love out to Wrestling DVD News. Thank you for Daniel and Mark and Aaron, all you guys over there, running a good website, keeping us up to date on all the upcoming news that was coming up. They put up an article, basically putting up stuff, what people are thinking about the upcoming network and the pros and cons of keeping a DVD collection. And they put up videos from me, Sean Blackford, Gemini, and a guy that honestly I hadn't ever heard of, but I watched his video, and I thought it was really good. Chudderman. And he makes his videos, or at least he made this video in his car, and as soon as I can get home, and I'll be subscribing to his channel, so you guys should be heading on over there and checking that out as well. But not right now, but here's to making videos in your car when you ain't got shit else to do. But honestly, I don't know. I've watched a lot of people's videos. And honestly, in my mind, if you're running to eBay to list your stuff and sell it right now, honestly, I think you're jumping into the abyss without knowing what is going on. I don't want to be that guy who's like, what if this fails? What if this doesn't work? And, it goes away. Honestly, I'm one of those guys that if you could sign up for the WWE Network today or last week at the press conference, I would have sent them the money. I would have paid them in advance to make sure that they could keep this thing going for as long as they can. If they had a Kickstarter, I'd be throwing money into the Kickstarter to make sure this is going. Nobody wants the WWE Network to live on more than I do. I want this to be the wave of the future. I'm going as far as once the Olympics are over, the second the last medal is handed out, I'm calling up and I'm canceling my cable. It's something that I don't need in my life anymore. That's just one extra bill where I can watch everything on Netflix that's been a previously released movie pretty much, or TV shows that I'm not up to date on. Basically, I think with the history of the DVR and how that's brought to light, if it's not for sports or wrestling, nobody really watches TV shows live anymore. The last time that I was really like a show was on, I have to watch it right now, was Lost. And I think Lost ended like 5 years ago. It's been forever since that show was on. Oh, not really. I think it ended in 2010. But everything else, like if you have to wait until the next day until it loads up onto Hulu, it's no big deal. Because I'm not really watching anything the day it comes out that much. Anyways, I don't even know what time some shows come on. I'm just like marking out when it pops up on the DVR, like, woo, there it is. But as far as like running out and like throwing all your DVDs up onto eBay, we don't even really know what's going to happen.
I've watched everything that you guys have watched. I don't have many inside scoops. Basically, I watched the same announcement that you guys watched from Vegas. I watched some videos here on YouTube, and some people are saying some facts that I don't know where they're getting them from. I read a lot of stuff on the internet. Almost every show on Observer, all the podcasts and everything like that, almost always has people writing in, with questions. So at least I know I'm not the only one who doesn't know what's going on. But I know, like in Gemini's video, he's like, there's no reason to have this Royal Rumble 93. And he's all excited because he's going to be able to press a button and watch a Fall Brawl pay-per-view. Thumbs up to you, because I honestly had not even thought of any Fall Brawl shows since forever, since one of them happened. The second you said Fall Brawl, I marked out because I hadn't thought of them. Then I started thinking of all the classic Fall Brawl matches along the way that made that pay-per-view great. But I don't think that... I know that when they said... When they did the unveiling, they said every pay-per-view will be available. But I think a lot of people are taking that as every pay-per-view that ever happened is going to be available. I think what they were saying is they had up on the board is they had a list up of all the shows, and then they all flipped like they were on Let's Make a Deal, and it showed how much those shows cost, which equaled out to be $700 or whatever the fuck it was. And then, they're basically saying you get all of these for $120, $9.99 a month. You have to buy 2 commitments of 6 months. That's $120 year round. That's fucking chump change. I mean, I throw money around on a lot of stupid shit, but I look at it as like, honestly, it's not 2 months worth of cable. My cable bill's not that much, but it's honestly like almost like a month and a half of having that. And I mean, that means I'm saving, a ton of months cable bills that I can put towards anything else in the world. I mean, like right now, I'm fixing up one of the bathrooms in the bedroom in my house. And I didn't even know how much that fucking was going to cost until it started, like, just rolling in. That's a shitload of money, people. But basically, I don't know. I think that a lot of shows are going to be available on there. There's going to be enough stuff that will keep you occupied. The one problem that I had with WWE 24/7 and Classics on Demand, whatever you want to call it, was that it seemed like I was able to watch the shows that I wanted to watch, and then there wasn't any more content. And then for like 2 weeks. Sometimes some of the shows would be up for a month, so you had to wait 4 weeks in order for a show to come out. And I'm the kind of guy who's like, when something comes out, I want to buy it now. I want to see it. Some of those people are like, when a movie comes out, you go see it in the movie theaters because you want to have that experience. I don't think there's anywhere in the world. I know that they're going to film some stuff and put it up there. Like they've already filmed William Regal, sort of type of documentary of him talking about his career. They've gone out and they've filmed the Mick Foley comedy tour. And, those are already on the books. And those are already going to be there. But honestly, I think almost everybody that I know on YouTube has gone out and seen the Mick Foley show that I know of. If you haven't, and once you see it on the network, I own a lot of concert DVDs. I own a lot of comedy DVDs. And they're fucking funny. But honestly, they're not as funny as it is if you went out and you watched it in the club. I know Mick Foley has been around the world and back. I think he's ever been in almost every town you can think of. If he's coming to your town and you haven't gone and seen him, make sure you go see it. It doesn't cost that much money. At every show, he does a pre-show or post-show meet and greet. And it costs a ton less than going to see him anywhere else in the world. If he comes and does a wrestling show in your town and he does an autograph thing, you're going to get to meet him basically for free for the $20 ticket to get into his show. And who knows what the hell they're going to cut out of that show in order to show it on the network, or if they're going to show it whole late night sometime. But I'm not 100% sure. But when it comes to DVDs, upcoming documentaries, pay-per-views, and shit like that, let's say they release a Daniel Bryan documentary and it gets released. I don't know. Well, that's one thing that you're going to want to see right ahead. But how about this? I know for a fact the Ultimate Warrior DVD, I think it gets released April 1st, if I'm 100% sure. I know it's April, and that's going to be after the network already launches. there's going to be Ultimate Warrior fans that are going to want to get their hands on that DVD to see the things that he says, the matches that they choose, and relive his career. There's going to be a time period, there's going to be a gap in between its release and in between it being put up on the network. There might be a day. I know there's a picture on the website on WWE DVD News that I didn't really catch. It's a kid sitting on his iPad, and there's a whole bunch of documentaries that it can choose from. There's the Mick Foley one, there's the Dusty Rhodes one, the Rock one, Starrcade. I'm trying to remember all the death of WCW. There's a whole bunch of pictures, and it's pretty cool. It looks a lot like Netflix does. And you just basically scroll over to the one you want to watch, press and play, and go. But I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I got no facts. I'm just a guy sitting in his car on his lunch, shooting the shit with you. But I would bet money that when you press play, it's just going to show you that hour and a half long documentary. And there's, that's enough, for a lot of people. I mean, there's been times, I remember when the Hard Knocks documentary and the Eddie Guerrero documentary came out, it was a time I didn't have a ton of money. And I came up with this scam where basically Dimple Records, they sell CDs. I went there a day and they had both of them in stock. I bought the one, I think I bought the Chris Benoit one first, for $20. I went home and I watched it, and it was new enough that when I turned it in, they gave me $15 for it. And then I bought the Eddie Guerrero one. I took that home, watched it, and then I took it back, because that's all I really wanted to see was the documentary. And it cost me $10 at the end of the day for how much money I rent, but they don't rent the Chris Benoit DVD, and they don't rent the Eddie Guerrero DVD at Blockbuster. That was the only way I was going to see it, and I didn't have the $40 to toss down to buy them and add them to my collection. So for some people out there, that's all they want is that documentary part. They're going to wait the month, and they're not going to want to wait. But there's some people out there that just really want to see it when it first comes out. They want to be that first person that, doesn't get it spoiled by Twitter, the internet, people talking about it on Facebook, people send them a text message saying, hey, didn't you see the Ultimate Warrior got put into the Hall of Fame? Congratulations, shit like that. But, like that Warrior DVD, I'm not the biggest Warrior fan, but I know I'm going to have that DVD come April 1st. I'm still going to be here, right? And I think if I haven't left for WrestleMania yet, it's going to be in my hands. And I'm going to give it a quick little flip through, because I really want to see it. Ultimate Warrior, I can't say that I was the biggest fan. You were on Team Hogan, you were on Team Warrior as a kid. And that's why WrestleMania was so big, because it was one of those matches you didn't know what was going to happen. Macho Man and Hogan was almost at the same place. I don't know about WrestleMania 4. I wasn't that big of a fan. WrestleMania 3, I'm sure you had to be a pretty big mark in order to believe that Hulk Hogan wasn't going to win that match. WrestleMania 2, probably the same way. You look at WrestleMania, Slaughter versus Hogan. There wasn't no way that that Slaughter was walking out of there the champion. Come on, Hogan was going to take it home for the red, white, and blue. It doesn't matter how many of those Iraqi sympathizers came running in there. But there's still people that are going to want to see that the day it comes out. They don't want to wait for the network. And I'm one of those people. I'm not going to be sitting around. I have Amazon Prime. I tell people, everyone in the world, I know it's $80 a year, but you never pay for shipping for anything you ever buy from Amazon along the way, as long as it's an Amazon product. There are some things that squeak through that people sell on the secondhand market, and because they ship from their house and shit like that, you can't get it. But if it's in one of the Amazon warehouses that ships for free, I bought a TV. I bought a ton of shit. A ton of DVDs. I mean, obviously, I buy stuff from there. The wife buys stuff from there. Stone Cold Steve Austin, his wife, they buy stuff from there. Everybody loves the Amazon Prime. And I love it because I don't have to leave my house. Most of the time, some white van drives up to my house and they drop the DVD off on my doorstep the day it comes out, 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock at the latest. I don't know how they do it, and they make money, but they do. Pretty soon, the Amazon planes will be flying over, dropping DVDs, and I'll be waving at them saying, hey, thanks for the best of Shawn Michaels WrestleMania DVD. But I don't know. Jim, don't throw your DVDs in the trash. As people still care about you. They still care about your videos. You're still going to want to watch shit that are not up there. I think that if you are into watching things when things are on TV, I know that I went and I watched the 3 Stages in Hell matches that they have done in the past. I went and did my research when they were doing the John Cena versus Ryback 3 Stages in Hell, and I watched back like the Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Triple H ones. I can see things like that as their main, as you know, when they get put into the main scene in WWE. I can see them putting those up for a special time release in order to go watch either those pay-per-views or they just upload those matches. A lot like how they upload things onto YouTube. If you're a subscriber to the WWE Fan Nation channel, if you're allowed to, I guess. And some people tell me that you can't subscribe to them in different parts of the world or things like that, but I'm lucky enough, as things, pop up, they come up, and I'm able to watch them that way if they want to. But who knows like in the middle of, July, you just start thinking about great, Mick Foley matches, and you want to watch Mick Foley versus The Rock from the Royal Rumble, and they don't have the Royal Rumble matches up because they don't upload those until January. I don't know. I'm not ready to throw my DVDs away. The DVDs come with special features. They come with matches. It's well worth. If you buy them the week they come out, they're on sale. You can buy almost any DVD that WWE has ever put out for under $20. Sometimes if you wait till after the sale, then you're paying $25 or whatever it costs. But those 3-disc set, man, I mean, they stack those things where you're going to want to have them. I buy stuff because I want to have it in my collection. I want to have it forever. I'm starting my own library in case the vault gets shut down or something like that down there at Titan Towers. The FBI seizes it or something. But I love wrestling. I'm keeping it. I'm going to keep collecting it because it's what I've done all my life.
Buddy, to the phones. You are on the air. Who is this and where are you calling from?
This is Steven from Sacramento.
Steven, what's up?
I have a good old network question for you, and I apologize for it. I feel stupid that I do not know the answer. I know you guys have been asked 1,000 questions and gone over it 1,000 times. But I'm a WWE DVD collector, and I have a lot of DVDs that cover the pay-per-views of all time. Will somebody please just tell me if all of these pay-per-views that I have on DVD are now going to be on the network, or is it going to be like things are cycled in and out like 24/7 used to be?
All right. The entire home video library is going to be on the network. So
Is that Coliseum Home Video?
That's what they said. The entire home video network is going to be on the network.
So take my DVDs and throw them in the trash.
Well, maybe you'll want to watch the DVDs here and there. I don't know. Maybe you'll want to take them with you. But in general, yeah, all those DVDs that you've got are now going to be online. Now, here's a couple of things to think about. Maybe the day will come when the network crashes. Maybe it won't make enough money. Maybe it won't get enough subscribers, and they'll take the network down. So if you throw all of your DVDs into the trash, you're going to be a pretty unhappy camper. So I would definitely hold on to all the DVDs. And as we talked about yesterday on Observer Live, there will be things cycled in and out. Now, as soon as I said that, there was panic about what this meant. And the way it was explained to me was, it's just like Netflix. Netflix will cycle movies in and out, but it's not like you've only got a week to watch a movie. There are movies that are going to be on there for 6 months. There are movies that are going to be on there for a year. There are probably some movies that may be on there forever. I don't know. I don't really keep track of everything. But they can determine how many people are watching any particular thing. So if there is a WWE DVD, the best of the Bushwhackers, let's say, and they find out that over the course of 6 months, a whopping 8 people watched it, it's probably going to be cycled off the network. But if you've got a DVD like The Best of Raw, and it's getting like 5,000 views per week, that thing's going to be on there forever. So don't worry when you hear that things will be cycled on and off the network, that your favorite thing that you love watching is going to disappear. Unless it's something fabulously obscure that you're the only person that watches, it's probably going to be on the network long term.
Like say Judgment Day 2002 or No Mercy 2009 or just random pay-per-view shows like that. They're gonna. From what I read in Dave's newsletter yesterday, he actually said every WWE, WCW,
yes.
WWF,
yes.
ECW pay-per-views are all going to be there.
Yes,
that blows my mind. That's just crazy.
Dude, they've got 100,000 hours of video.
But then Dave said there was only going to be 900 hours of content.
1,500.
Like, do the math doesn't make sense.
1,500.
Oh, I apologize.
1,500.
But that still doesn't do the math that makes sense.
There's 900 hours, I believe, of pay-per-views, and then they've got the Raw and the SmackDown, and they'll have some other stuff as well. And it may launch with more than that. That's what they announced, but I would not be surprised if they beefed it up a little for launch.
If you give me some primetime wrestling, Vince, if you're out there listening, that's all I need. Thank you very much, Brian. I appreciate the call.
Thanks so much for the call. You'll get some primetime wrestling. Don't worry about it.
Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to me. Whatever. This is me. I'm going to be heading out today. Today is a WWE Network adventure. I'm going to be heading out over to the Apple Store at the mall. I'm going to be going over there. When I'm there, I'm going to be picking up a new iPad. I've never had an iPad. And a Apple TV box. Main reason I'm going to be doing this is for the network. I want to be ready for the day this thing launches. I'm going to be one of those people who's buying it more than likely the morning that I wake up. Even if I don't have time to watch the network, I'm going to have it ordered. I get home from work. I'll be able to just turn it on. Just put up Brian and Vinny on the iPad, or on my, I'm all excited to get that iPad, I guess. But I just put it on the iPad. Hey, knock it off. But I put it on there. I'm going to be listening to that on the way over there. Oh, it sounds like I am on my last Rockstar in my box. It's going to be, it's actually a monster. But it looks like I'll need to pick up some of those today. But I just want to be ready, and I want to be able to watch it on my television. And I know that some people are going to say, like, oh, you can watch it on your Xbox, you can watch it on your PlayStation. But I'm going to be going there, and they're asking a lot of questions about AirPlay and things like that, where I'm going to be able to play it off either my phone or play it off of my iPad. I'll put it right up on the TV screen using the Apple TV box. I think this is going to work. Plus then, I have my iPad, which I can take around with me other places, because I find myself that the times when wrestling pay-per-views are on, I am not at home. Here it's 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock on those Sunday nights. So I'll have something that I'll be able to watch it on. And I mentioned this to somebody else, and it seems like they might be going out and buying an iPad sooner than later too. So right now, we're going to put the car in reverse. We're going to turn on Brian and Vinny, and we're going to head on down the road. Peace out. This happens every once in a while on my trip to work. When I go to pull out of my neighborhood, there's a light rail track on the other side of the street. And if it's going to go by, this lane gets hosed from going. And the damn light rail has gone by one way, another way, and another way. So I've been sitting here waiting my turn patiently, and 3 times I've gotten hosed. Oh, I gotta get to that store. My appointment's at 10:30. It's 10:03. See if I make it. Alright, we're walking into the mall. We made it. Let's go ask our network questions. Johnny Rockets. You can go for a hamburger right now. Hot dog on a stick is in there also. That's one of my favorites. Oh, the big girls working right there. Got my stuff. Might as well go look at the wrestling shirts, the Hot Topic, right? Why we're here. But I didn't have any t-shirts. Well, they did have some shirts, but a lot of shirts that I already had are ones I didn't like. The only newest one they have is that punk one with the fist on it. So we're going to walk out here acting like we just didn't buy anything. And not get our stuff stolen in the parking lot. That's the challenge. Got to run. Alright, so now we're back. Now we're home. I was joking a little bit. It's always been my biggest fear when I walk out of the Apple store is that somebody's going to rob me. Because the mall, honestly, that I go to, and this is the same mall that I ran into Zach, WWE Punk Fan 19, Zach Brown 19, at the back in the day. It honestly is a little bit sketchy when you go to leave that place a little bit. But I don't know why I'm showing you my MacBook. But this is what we got. We got the Apple, the iPad Mini, which
won't come out of the box right now. I always think Apple has some pretty tight boxes, but this is what we got. This is pretty freaking sweet to have in your hand right here. I never really thought about ever owning one of these, but then when the network came out, Brian Alvarez kept on talking about how you'd be able to basically stream what you're watching on here onto your TV using the Apple TV box. That's the one thing that I'm going to miss, basically. I was about to go into a whole promo, but normally I put my iPhone when I make videos into my computer so it won't fall down. But this is the Apple TV. I know if you're a lot like me, you thought when you were buying an Apple TV it was an actual fucking TV. But that's what it is. You plug this in like a Roku box would be, and basically you can stream just about anything you want to off of there. I believe they said that at the launch that they weren't going to be ready for Apple TV when they launched the iPads, or I'm sorry, the network. So that's why I got the thing to stream it on there. But having this in my hand is pretty freaking cool. I don't see myself taking this with me everywhere, day to day. I did not get the one with the data plan. I got the one with the Wi-Fi services, but I definitely think that it'd be cool to watch, a wrestling pay-per-view or what is that? Oh, that's my hat rack. Oh, hey, what up, hats? And my Rey Mysterio wrestling mask right there. But I think that will be cool to have that off of there. Nothing really came with here except for a plug and a cord. But that's the Apple iPad thing. I got this thing right here. Like I said, I'm going to be canceling my cable. I don't really feel like I have a need for it anymore. But we're going to be watching a shitload of wrestling coming up for you. But I mean, this basically just, you plug it in with an HDMI cable, and it's off to the races. You plug it into your Wi-Fi stuff throughout the thing, and you just download Netflix, you download Hulu. Sooner than later, you'll be able to download just straight up the whatchamacallit on there for you. But this is going to be sick. We're moving on to the wave of the future. We're a month away from the day of the network launch, and basically, I'm ready. I'm good to go. I got everything that I need now. I recommend you guys do the same. I don't think all of you guys want to run out and put $500 into the network, but I got what I needed in order to be ready, because it's going to be awesome. I mean, many people have been making videos talking about the power of being able to watch anything you want to anywhere you want. And I mean, I didn't get the one with data service, but I mean, just to be able to, you're sitting on the fucking train, riding it somewhere, and you just bam, 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 and boom, now you're watching stuff. Or, if you're anywhere, basically, this is everything. And I need to get a case for it, so I'm basically not just, throwing this thing around. But probably use Amazon Prime for that. They look like really expensive at the Apple Store, and I bet you I'll be able to find a cheaper one on there. But I don't know, man. This is pretty freaking cool. Normally when I go out and I'm going to be doing some stuff, mostly it's editing a video or something like that, I have to go out to the computer, and this thing never felt heavy until I just held that thing for a couple of minutes, and I have to sit there while I'm watching TV with this thing on my lap, pointing, clicking, and moving everything around. And now, I mean, I don't do any real extensive editing or real extensive, internet, work. I have everything on here. This feels pretty cool. This definitely, I never really felt like I needed one of these until the network came around and I said, this makes a lot of sense. So, we're good to go. Peace out. I wasn't gonna put this in my video, but I just opened it, and this thing is pretty slick. This is the Apple TV. Basically, there's not a whole bunch to it, and it's not even really showing off how cool it is. But this thing is like a hockey puck. This is awesome. This is really, really cool. You can see you just got your power hookup, HDMI cable, this, that, and the other. Missing my computer. Probably still going to be using that for at least a laptop, or for a little stand. Look at me. I'm showing you my reflection on there. But really cool. I'm ready. Network, we're coming for you. Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. Many people have been wondering why, with the launch of the WWE Network coming up on Monday, why WWE really hasn't been saying, hey, you can watch the WWE Network on your Apple TVs. I was the one guy who went out there and bought an Apple TV. I bought an iPad and the big hopes of watching the WWE Network on there. And though I still do believe that the day of the launch there will be an app that is out there, the story that is out there today is saying that the one reason why WWE Network really isn't giving the advertising to Apple is that when you sit down and you go to sign up for the WWE Network on Monday, if you go to sign up using your Apple TV, Apple, the company itself, Steve Jobs, the ghost himself, is going to take 50% of the money from WWE as sort of like their way of saying thank you for signing up. It's just their way of it's their percentage they're going to take of the cost. If you were to sign up on your Roku player or you were to sign up on anything else, those companies get about a 20% take of what brings in. So I mean, like, if you want WWE Vince McMahon himself to get rich, if you want to put money in the pockets of Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, go to your computer and sign up that way. That is the only way that WWE is going to get 100% of the funds that you pump into the network. If you go to the network, if you go to the Roku player, some other dude just sitting there who built this box for you is going to get rich. Honestly, I think the Apple TV is the way to go. Many people have seen the video that I made where I got ready for the WWE Network. I've had a MacBook for a real long time. I bought that like in 2008, 2009. 2 years ago, I traded my BlackBerry in for an iPhone, and that's really changed the way I've done a lot of things. But honestly, I never really found use for an iPad. I thought it was just sort of like another computer to have lying around the house. But ever since I've had that, I mean, it's sort of like it's become my next device. It's always with me when I leave to go to work. And though I don't have Wi-Fi on it, like I don't have like where you can hook up with AT&T or Sprint, whoever, where you can use it, wherever. Whenever I'm able to hook up with Wi-Fi with it, I found it really good. I've used it a lot to airstream a lot of shows, like through ESPN.com or NBC Sports, and I'm able to watch YouTube videos just with one click of a button. It just goes directly to my TV and plays on my Apple TV. It's very easy. It's a whole more lightweight than my MacBook is. And when it comes down to it, really, all the things that I use my MacBook for, I'm able to use my iPad for. And it's just a whole lot more lightweight. You can throw it around on the couch and things like that. And honestly, it's just really awesome. And I can't wait for this network to come out. But if the news is weird to you, and you don't believe you're going to be watching the WWE Network on your Apple TV, honestly, just I don't know why the news has been this way, but just WWE hasn't really, gave any sort of advertising to them. But why are you going to give advertising to Apple when Apple's just going to take a big chunk of change out of the pocket that you're supposed to be making on the day of the release? So, like I was saying, if you want to be a big WWE fan, you want to give your money to Vince, make sure you sign up on your computer that morning. That way they get 100% of the funds. They're able to pay off this network. It's a success. And they'll put a ton more cool shit on there. Peace out.